So, you've been hearing about the 2026 Grand Vitara and wondering what's really new this time? Is it just another facelift, or has Suzuki finally decided to stir things up in the compact SUV segment? Today, on Build and Burn, we're going deep into the all-new Grand Vitara. No fluff, no fake hype, just real talk. Let's start with the design. At first glance, the 2026 Grand Vitara is unmistakably more aggressive. The front grille has been reworked, ditching the soft curves for a more angular, squared-off look. It's bold, but not overly done. Suzuki isn't trying to make this look like a muscle truck. It's still very much an urban SUV, but now it carries a sharp road presence. The LED DRLs are slimmer, sitting above redesigned projector headlamps that now come standard across most variants. At the rear, you'll notice a continuous LED light bar that actually feels premium. Finally, the Vitara looks modern enough to park next to a Kia Seltos or Hyundai Creta and not feel outdated. Under the hood, things get interesting. Suzuki is still sticking to its 1.5 litres K15C petrol engine, but now there's a second-gen hybrid system that's smoother, quieter, and claims better mileage up to 29 kmpl in the strong hybrid version. That's huge for anyone who wants SUV size without guzzling fuel. The mild hybrid gets some tweaks, too nothing groundbreaking, but it's more responsive off the line. Still, if you're after raw power, this isn't the SUV for you. The performance is adequate, not thrilling. You'll get from A to B, and that's really what Suzuki is going for here. The drivetrain options haven't changed drastically. You still get front-wheel drive across the board, with Suzuki's all-grip all-wheel drive available in select variants. It's worth noting that the AWD isn't meant for hardcore off-roading. Think of it more as confidence in bad weather or a weekend trip to hilly terrain. Don't expect it to handle sand dunes or rock crawling. It's not that kind of SUV. Step inside and you'll see one of the most improved aspects of the 2026 model: the interior. Suzuki finally stepped up the game with better materials, a cleaner layout, and more usable tech. The 10.25-inch touchscreen now feels more responsive, with improved graphics and wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The digital driver display is fully customizable now, offering real-time efficiency stats, navigation cues, and more. No more struggling with laggy UI or old-school layouts. This is a major win. There's also a subtle shift in cabin quality. Soft touch materials cover the dashboard, the seats get optional leatherette trim, and even the ambient lighting is customizable across multiple zones. The panoramic sunroof stays, but now with a smooth air opening mechanism. Rear seat space remains the same, comfortable for 2 adults, tight for 3. Legroom is decent, but taller passengers might find the underthigh support lacking on longer rides. Suzuki didn't stretch the wheelbase, so don't expect miracles there. Let's talk safety. This is where Suzuki is catching up. The 2026 Grand Vitara comes equipped with 6 airbags standard, along with escape, hill hold, TPMS, and a 360-degree camera with dynamic guidelines. But here's the kicker: they've added a basic ADAS suite. Nothing crazy, just lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, and autonomous emergency braking. It's not as refined as what you'd get in a Honda City or MG Aster, but it's a welcome step forward. Now, if you're wondering about the build quality, yes, the Grand Vitara still rides on the Suzuki Toyota Global C platform. But Suzuki claims they've reinforced the chassis with better torsional rigidity and side impact resistance. We haven't seen the Global NCAP test results yet, but it's safe to say Suzuki is trying to rebuild trust in this area after years of criticism. Boot space remains at 373 litres in the hybrid, and a bit more in the petrol variant. not massive, but manageable for weekly grocery runs or weekend luggage. You do get a 60 hours 40 minutes split rear seat, which is useful, but the loading lip is still a bit high, worth noting if you're loading heavier items. So who is this SUV for? If you want something affordable, fuel efficient, and stylish enough to hold its own in the parking lot, the 2026 Grand Vitara ticks the boxes. But if you're a driving enthusiast, or you want real off-road capability, this isn't your machine. Suzuki is playing it safe with this one, aiming squarely at the family SUV buyer who wants hybrid tech without paying Toyota prices. The pricing is expected to stay competitive, starting just under a superscript 112 lakh for the base petrol and going up to a superscript 120 lakh for the top-end hybrid. It still undercuts rivals like the Hyundai Creta hybrid and the Toyota Urban Cruiser Hyrider, even though the latter shares much of its hardware. In short, the 2026 Grand Vitara doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it refines almost every aspect of what came before. It's smarter, sharper, and more efficient. It's not going to burn rubber, but it will build Suzuki's reputation back up, one hybrid mile at a time. Thanks for watching Build and Burn. If you want us to test this SUV in real-world conditions or compare it against rivals like the Seltos or Creta, drop a comment below. And as always, if it builds or burns, we're on it.